Hello and welcome to Eyewitness Report on Channels Television. I'm Yomi Otaigbe. In this edition, we take you to a waterside community in Ogun State to bring you an update on trade by barter, a common business practice in Makun. We'll also bring you up to speed with the situation between the residents of Lekki Gardens Estate Phase 2 and the developer, Lekki Gardens Estate Limited. We'll be back with details of these and more in a moment. In 2019, we brought you the story of trade by barter, an age-long means of trade which still exists in Makun, a waterside community in Ogun State. Eyewitness Report returns to the community to examine the impact of this form of trade and how much development has been witnessed in the area.
Makun is approximately 177 kilometers away from Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. The agrarian community in Ogun Waterside local government area is the last of the Ijebu towns, bordered by Ekpe in Lagos to the west, Ijo-Arugbo and Atijere, the largest speaking part of Ondo State, to the south. Due to this proximity to water, the people of Makun engage in logging, fishing and other trading activities. Makun offers a warmth and welcoming atmosphere, typical of what we met when we last visited. The way of life of the people here remains intact. Not much has changed about Makun as regards infrastructure development, although the community is now connected to the national grid and parts of the road tarred.
When you came 2 years ago, there was no public power supply here. Now we have, and in addition to that, we have purchased 67 solar-powered street lights for the community. I mean, everywhere is at least well lit now. We have also graded the township roads on our own.
It also has a new palace and a king, the Osobia of Makun. This is a big plus to the development of the community, as one of the leaders, Chief Tayajai, recounts.
We are lucky to have had a father, a royal father, His Royal Highness, the Osobia of Makun, who is leading the crusade in this community. He is doing wonderfully well. And since his coronation, he has highlighted so many things, and he has been an icon, not just to our community here, but to the entire local government. What we have done within the 2 years, we are going very, very fine. That's the way I will put it. Because there is a steady progress committed to by indigenes of this local government under the leadership of the traditional ruler. So we under the traditional ruler, we were able to formulate or form a group called Makun Omi Transitional Group. That is to lift us from our slumber, from our sleep of the past, now to where we are today. It's a fantastic step towards taking us from this rural environment and bringing us to what is happening in other communities.
Despite these developments, Chief Ajayi, who is also a former council chairman, decries the absence of state government in the area.
I feel sorry to say that the government, the presence of government, is not anywhere in this community. Nothing. Even in the entire local government. Nothing, not even water. The least thing that government can provide is to talk about water. It's not available here. No road construction, nothing. The only one we have now is being done by the federal member of the House of Representatives who comes from this constituency. Outside that, nothing. So we're appealing to the government, both at the state and federal level, to come and assist.
Another concern is the persisting menace presented by water hyacinth.
This issue of water hyacinth could have been addressed when it started developing. General Obasanjo was president at that time, and we appealed to him. He sent some harvesters to Lagos State, sent some to Ondo State, and left Ogun. I personally went to Abuja to meet him that time, but the Baba cannot do everything. So what he did was to arrange for us to excavate some of those ones that are disturbing us in our immediate environment, which we did. This water hyacinth is something that even the federal government cannot tackle. They are not very serious about it because it is all over the world. Now in our own area here, the thing starts from Lagos State, that is as from Ekpa area, down through our own area here and down to Ondo State and to Edo State and Delta. On a given day, the entire area will be covered. You can stay inside the water hyacinth for 5 days, 6 days. You will not be able to get out. You will be screaming and shouting. People will be saying you, but you cannot move until the thing recedes and goes away. And it is seasonal. When it comes, because of the tidal waves, the whole area is blocked. And that is still the situation now. It's not being addressed by any government.
The center of attraction is the Ajebo market, which hosts traders and buyers from far and wide who transact in businesses both in cash and by barter. Market activities start from the early hours of the day and last into the night.
When you get fish, ritual gari day, even you don't have any money, come meet me, say, okay, I want to collect eja gari, eja ogede. So they will give you ogede. Then you collect fish. You collect gari, you give me fish. Even if you get bitter leaf, ewuro, you can take and collect fish. If you get cocoyam, if you get orange, they can mango. Because all these larger people, they like all those things. They can give you fish, collect mango, collect orange, collect pineapple, say anything.
I can say now that in the old Ogun State, we are the only one that is doing the trade by barter. When I become the Oba, I realized that my people were really happy with the trade by barter and they are making it. And my vision is that by God's grace, before next year, the trade by barter will be bigger than what we are seeing now, inshallah. And that's my prayer, and that's what I'm working for.
There's not been any change effected yet since 2019. Some of the features are already wearing off, including the roof, though it's no distraction to the traders.
I have a plan for the market. My plan is that, number one, I want to wall it round and make it a modern market. But the trade by barter will still be going because we are really enjoying it. You know, we don't have money here, but when you have gari, we give you fish. You have banana, we give you something else. We are happy about that, and God is really helping us with that. But by God's grace, I know it will still come better than what we are seeing now.
In addition to the contribution communally made to grow Makun, the people have hatched a 5-year developmental plan to make their community the signage of all eyes.
We have gathered our sons and daughters within and outside the country, the best of brains, and we have plenty of them, and mapped out a 5-year strategic development plan for every sector: health, education, infrastructure, tourism, most importantly. Because we also visited the Commissioner for Culture and Tourism in Abeokuta, and during the visit, that's led by my traditional ruler, the Oshobi of Makun, Oba Kazim Adeshino Salami. He led that the delegation. I was privileged to be there too. And the target for the state government is to make Makun the hub of tourism in Ogun State, and we are working assiduously towards achieving that goal.
Though the state government has visited to verify claims of the practice of trade by barter within its borders, not much has been done for the people and the tourism potential of Makun. The Commissioner for Culture and Tourism says the state is open to collaboration from organizations or individuals interested in promoting the people of Makun and their cultural practices.
That is an untapped potential. Any private organizations, anybody that have interest in trying to make it a befitting market, a world class, in order to be able to scale up their practice to a world class standard, the door is open. We are stretching forth our hand of partnership as a government, that if you have interest in trying to partner with us, then come around, bring your proposal. Let's enter into an MOU, an agreement, so that together we can also make it, a befitting place for every one of us as a community, particularly the indigenous of Ogun State that are all over the world, in the diaspora, in the country, that have interest in building their community. They should come around. The government is ready to partner with anyone. We have our 5 pillars, the agenda, the Shaya 5 pillars. So it's part of it. Infrastructural development is part of one of the 5 agendas of this administration.
Despite the challenges faced by the community, culture has continued to play a significant role in strengthening their bond of unity through the Okosi or boat regatta, which is one of their practices. It's the celebration of the feats of their forebears, who were great hunters and warriors. The men lead the charge by mounting a replica of a war boat, accompanied by heavy percussion, drumming and dancing.
This year's boat regatta has attracted people from all over. We have improved on it. We have modernized it without touching on certain cultural aspects. It's a great improvement, and the turnout has been fantastic. We can boast of more than 4,000 people coming from far and near to watch the famous Okoshi festival. And please take note, Okoshi, which is a boat regatta, started from this town, from Makun, from here, that they took it to Ekpe and some other communities. In the next 3, 4, 5 years, you will see another Makun. But for now, we thank God Almighty, and we thank, on behalf of my traditional ruler and the people of Makun, Channels TV for that wonderful focus or documentary you did on Makun. It has really attracted attention, positive one, to this community, and we are not resting on our oars. We want to build on it so that in the next 2 years, you come to this committee, you see a small London in Makun.
Makun will continue to attract attention as long as this trade by barter lasts in the community. It will, however, leave a negative impression on visitors if the dearth of infrastructure remains and there are Jebo markets left in the state of disrepair.